And now to Kenya's $5 billion deal with China. President Uhuru Kenyatta signed the papers in Beijing to build a railway line and a new energy project. And joining us now from Nairobi is VOA's Gabe Joselow with more. Thanks for joining us today, Gabe.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me what the significance is of this $5 billion deal and what it aims to do for Kenya's infrastructure, energy, and also, I believe, wildlife.
Yeah, well, no doubt it's a big deal for Kenya. They're going to one of the major projects here that China is either funding or loaning money to is to build a rail link to Uganda, something that Kenya's been trying to do for a long time, which would help ease the transport of goods, not just between Kenya and Uganda, but just throughout the region. There's also a lot of talk of building new power stations. This is something that President Kenyatta really asked for specifically when he met with the Chinese. Kenya really is trying to build up its power capacity so that it can improve the economy, just reach more people, all of that. So, yeah, no doubt it's pretty big. On wildlife, we're not really sure exactly the terms of the agreements that they've met, but we know Kenya's particularly concerned about poaching of elephants and other wildlife in the country.
Now, Chinese President Xi Jinping had said earlier that he wants to help industrialize Africa, and I guess this is part of how China wants to do that. But surely there's something in this for China, too. What can you tell us about what you know?
Oh, well, no doubt. I mean, we can look at it two ways. For one thing, Kenya and China's relationship is already favoring China in a lot of ways, in that Kenya buys a lot more products from China than China buys from Kenya. At the same time, China, of course, is funding already a lot of infrastructure projects inside of Kenya, from building the roads and now all of these new projects as well. And this brings me to my second point. When China comes in and decides they're going to build a railway or build a highway, a lot of the time they send the money out to fund that project, and then Chinese crews get hired to actually do the work. So China will benefit, greatly from this money. Although again, it's not really clear if this money is entirely new, if it's going to be loans or grants or anything like that. But it's going to go two ways. Another important aspect is that China tends to buy a lot of natural resources, raw materials from Africa, and Kenya is poised to start exporting oil very soon. They could actually do it before Uganda does. So that's another place where China might be getting a foot in the door.
Well, thank you so much, Gabe. That's all we have time for today, but great insights into this deal between Kenya and China.